Good morning, students. This is the second revision video of civics, and this video has been made for class 8th. And in this particular video, we'll discuss two important chapters. The first chapter is judiciary, and second is understanding our criminal justice system. So in this both chapter, we'll try to analyze the role of judiciary and the criminal justice system. So let's start this revision video. Now, what is the most important task of judiciary? The most important task of judiciary is to dispute resolution. The judicial system provides a mechanism for resolving disputes between citizens and governments, between two state governments, and between the center and state governments. So what does it signify? It tells that judiciary has the mechanism to settle a dispute that may arise between citizens on different issues, that may arise between citizen and government on different issues like issue of jobs, issue of environment. Similarly, between two states government, like the issue of water dispute, river water dispute. Similarly, between the state government and the central government, as the case may be regarding distribution of income tax, distribution of taxes between the central government and state government. Now, apart from the dispute resolution, the most important task of judiciary is the judicial review. So what will come under the judicial review? As the final interpreter of the Constitution, the judiciary has also the power to strike down particular laws passed by the Parliament if it believes that there are a violation of basic structure of the Constitution, and this is termed as judicial review, or this power of judiciary is termed as judicial review. So what will come under the judicial review? It is the re-examine of the law that is passed by the Parliament. We all know that the role of the Parliament is to frame the law, but the law is constitutional or unconstitutional, it will be validated only by the judiciary. So here judiciary will come again and it will go with the judicial review, and through the judicial review it will strike down the unconstitutional law and it will allow, or it will give, or it will grant its permission to the constitutional law. So this is the main function of judicial review. The third important function, that is most important function, is regarding the enforcing of the fundamental right. Fundamental rights as the most important rights of an individual. These rights have been granted by the Constitution to develop in overall ways or for the overall development of an individual. But in case any fundamental rights are going to get violated, then in that case judiciary will come forward and it will protect it. So every citizen of India can approach the Supreme Court or the High Court if they believe that their fundamental rights have been violated, and here it is the duty of the court to return the fundamental rights to an individual, to that particular individual. We have seen in many cases that how fundamental rights were snatched, and after that it was reinforced by judiciary. So this is the main these are the three important primary functions of the judiciary. Now we have to discuss the branches of the legal system. If you are going to discuss about the judiciary, we need to understand here that judiciary is going to dispense a very important function that is related with the different types of law. So there are two different branches of legal system in India. We need to understand that first system is termed as criminal law and second is civil law, and accordingly the verdict is provided by the court. Now civil law will include, and it is concerned with any harm or injury to rights of individuals. For example, dispute related to the sale of land, purchase of goods, rent matters, divorce cases. So these cases will come under the civil law, or it will come under as a civil case. A petition has to be filed before the relevant court by the affected party only. In a rent matter, either the landlord to tenant can file a case. So here we need to understand that here the party which is going to get affected or which has been affected, it will file the case in the civil court. The court gives a specific relief asked for instance, in the case between landlord and a tenant, the court can order the flat to be vacated and pending rent to be paid. So this is the order that can be passed by the court, and here the people will have to follow it. Now come under the criminal law. So far we discussed the civil law, and now here we'll come to know about the criminal law. Criminal law deals with conduct or acts that the law defines as offenses. For example, theft, harassing a woman to bring more dowry, murder. These heinous crime will come under the criminal law. It usually begins with the lodging of an FIR, that is first information report, with the police, who will further investigate the crime, after which the case will be filed in the court. And after that, in the court, it will be decided that whether the person is accused or whether the accused is guilty or it is innocent. So here we need to understand, if we are going to talk about criminal law, then we have to understand that who are the important players in the criminal justice system. That we are discussing about chapter number 2 in this video. So here chapter number 2 is talking about criminal justice system. So we discussed about the criminal law. Now here the three important key players are there in the criminal justice system or regarding the criminal law. First of all, police is going to write the FIR. Thereafter the matter will be booked and the matter will be produced before the court. In the court, two important persons are there. First one is defense lawyer and second one is public prosecutor. So public prosecutor will frame the charges on the accused person, whereas defense lawyer will defend the person by providing evidences or proof in the court. So after listening the argument, both will argue. Argument will take place in the court on the basis of evidences, on the basis of proof, on the basis of witnesses, and finally the judge will decide whether the accused is guilty or innocent. If he is found guilty, he will get punishment as per the law. Now we need to understand the first important thing that starts with the crime is the FIR, is the lodging of an FIR. So we need to understand in detail what is an FIR. So we already discussed here that first information, it stands for first information report, and it is a written document prepared by the police. And when they receive information about the commission of an cognizable offense or crime, it is a report of information that reaches the police first in point of time, and that is why it is termed as the first information report. We have to understand that first of all, when the news will go to the police will file that report, and that is why it is termed as first information report. So it is generally complaint lodged with the police by the victim of an cognizable offense or by someone on his behalf. Anyone can report the commission of an cognizable offense either orally or in writing to the police. Even a telephonic message can be treated as an FIR, but generally written is preferable. Written is preferred in this case. We need to understand this. Now after that, the ball will move in the court of judge. So judge will decide when, after listening the argument of defense lawyer and the public prosecutor. As we already discussed, the role of public prosecutor is to frame the charges against the accused person, of course through the witnesses and through the evidences. And his role is only used to frame the charges because the crime is considered the crime not against any individual, but it is crime against the state or society. That is why public prosecutor will put the case on the behalf of government and he will frame the charges on that particular accused person. On the other hand, the person who is accused, he is going to get protection. He will be defended by a defense lawyer. So defense lawyer is generally privately owned person, and he will put all the evidences that may prove that person innocent. On the other hand, public prosecutor will put all the evidences that may prove that the accused is guilty. So this is how the matter will be discussed, argued in the courtroom. And finally, the most important feature is that the judge will follow the rule of law. He will give the judgment in the open courtroom. He will listen the argument of both the sides. He will watch all the evidences. He will go through all the witnesses, and after that, finally, he will give his verdict. And in his verdict, if it was found that that person has committed crime, he will definitely get the punishment. He will be considered guilty, and he will be getting punishment. But in case if it is proved that that person is innocent, he will be immediately set free by the court. So here the court is the ultimate powerful body that will release or that will put someone behind the bar or behind the jail. So here we saw that judiciary is going to play a very important role in the criminal justice system. So when we are discussing about judiciary chapter, we need to understand that here the judiciary is the ultimate powerful body that will give the judgment, and that is why in our country it has been given immense position in our society, in our country. Thank you so much.